Gather your children and don't be slow. Ball numbers coming, there's fire in the hole.
This is Paul Wells with Explore Tennessee. We're in front of Blazing Fury, their grand reopening after remodeling for the last year. This attraction opened up in 1978 and has been kind of a family tradition for a lot of families for years and years. I just had the opportunity to be one of the first riders to go through it. Let me tell you, it really stays true to the original. Everything is enhanced and much better. The sound system's better, the colors are better and brighter, less light coming in. They redid the pre-show area. Still a lot of fun, and they still say fire in the hole. So I had an opportunity to interview Eugene, the president of Dollywood, and also Tony, the fire chief of the city of Pigeon Forge. So we had a chance to talk to them, so we'll bring those interviews up here in just a little bit. What's coming up? We have full media event coverage and also a full ride-through experience from my point of view. Stay tuned for all of this and more on Explore Tennessee.
Everybody. Thank you for coming out on Independence Day. I think this is going to be a great way to kick off July 4th and celebrating everything awesome about our country, also about what we have going on here at Dollywood for families this summer. And I think what we're most excited about is we're going to be able to finally answer the question about when is Blazing Fury going to open. It's probably been our most asked question all season long. It's our 40th anniversary. We have had all of our teams working hard to do some refreshing on the ride to get it ready for you all to experience today and hopefully for another 50 years. The ride was built in 1978, so it's nearing 50 years. We had some refreshments, like I said, that we needed to make sure that we did on the ride just to ensure that generations will be able to enjoy the ride for 50 more years. If you are like my family, when you're riding through Blazing Fury, everybody's saying those iconic lines. There's a new sound system, which Eugene will touch on, but they're going to be able to say those lines for years and years, and that's what we're excited about. This also gives us an opportunity, with it being July 4th, to be able to celebrate a lot of the heroes. So you will see in a minute, we'll have the Pigeon Forge Fire Department come up. It's a great opportunity to be able to thank them on July 4th for what they do for our community. And then we also have probably the most famous entity here today is making his way up now. So Challenger is also here. With it being July 4th, it felt very fitting to have probably the world's most famous bald eagle here as part of the event. Challenger has flown before Super Bowls, World Series, the Indy 500. He's all over the place. He is now featured as part of the Wings of America show that happens here just behind us. And so Challenger will be here for the event. Everybody that you'll see up here will be available for interviews afterward. But I want to go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring Eugene Naughton up, the president of Dollywood Parks and Resorts, to talk a little bit about what has occurred here at Blazing Fury and why we are excited to have it ready for another 50 years.
Thank you, Wes. And it's great to see everyone here. And, you know, you think about when I got here in 2019, it didn't take me very long to figure out how iconic the Blazing Fury experience, you know, is for us. And I was almost sad to see everyone really thought that we were going to take this structure down and put something else here. But there's no way that we could ever do that. So many times when I'm walking the path, people are talking about their first ride on Blazing Fury, and now they have their grandkids, you know, coming on. So we're really excited that we're prepped this structure for the next 50 years. But you can imagine this ride predates. You know, Wes mentioned it opened in 1978. You can imagine back then the building codes were a lot different than what they are today. So there was a lot of refresh that we had to do to make sure that this attraction is safe and secure for the future. New sound system, which is going to be awesome. We replaced almost 25% of the track this off season. Lots of rock work inside. You know, you had a little light bleed, you know, with the aging of the infrastructure inside, but now the Blazing Fury is nice and tight and dark, and I think you all are really going to love all of the refresh from the characters' perspective. They're come back to be in all their glory now. And Cindy did a fabulous job of refreshing and telling our story in our queue lines. They're refreshed, and we have some new posters. Retail is starting to promote Blazing Fury, and you'll see some t-shirts out and about being sold in the Emporium, which we're really excited about as well. And I'd like to thank our maintenance and operations teams for all the hard work in getting this attraction up and running. It takes a lot of work to care for a 48-year-old ride, and I just appreciate all the work that they did to get here. And it's nice to be here on July 4th to thank the chief for everything that he does for our community. And he stands on a perch ready to help us, and at a moment's notice, and the entire team deserves a big thank you from our community, because they do a lot of beautiful work for us as a community and protecting us. So Chief, I'm going to maybe ask you to come up and say a few words, if you will.
Thank you, Eugene. What an exciting day to be here at Blazing Fury. So being a second generation firefighter and being 10 years old when this thing opened, I grew up fighting fire in this ride right there. So what an exciting time. My grandkids love that because of what their papa does. My wife loves that. It's such a great time to come up here. And, you know, I would be amiss if I did not thank all y'all for being here, because you what makes this happen. We're all here for you and exist for you all to come have great memories and enjoy your time up here and spend your time in vacation time. You all make that choice, and we're proud you picked Pigeon Forge, okay? Our partnership with Dollywood, it is a true partnership. We're looking at ways that we could serve them. But then I would be amiss if I did not also thank my staff over there that makes this happen every day and that goes out there and serves you selfless. We've worked, my whole career, we've worked 40 years, we've been doing fireworks, and this is the best day that we've started out here, getting this iconic ride back going and riding that. We're going to take the initial ride on that. So also make sure, my job is to keep you safe when you come here. So I want you to all practice fireworks safety, okay? Come watch the shows. Dollywood's got a great show. We're going to have a show afterwards on that you'll be able to see the great shows. Be careful out there. It's a little dry with fireworks safety. Be careful. You know, one of the things, make sure you stay hydrated. And if you have anything you need, let us know. We're just glad to be here to serve you all and look forward to the next era of this ride and what Dollywood's doing. So thank you all very much.
So now we're going to bring members of the Pigeon Forge Fire Department, as Eugene referenced. They're going to get to take the first ride on Blazing Fury along with some of their kids. And then we're also going to cut the ribbon and get everything going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole!
Welcome back, riders. The opioid dead is right. Exit is on your left.
Fire in the hole!
Can I get some privacy, please?
I want to kiss on you today.
Yeah, you look like you be skipping that theme train.
Hi, this is Taylor and this is Explore Tennessee. Please subscribe below for our old and new videos. And we're always making new ones every day.
This is Paul with Explore Tennessee, and we have with us today Eugene Naughton, president of Dollywood. Eugene, tell us what an exciting day this is today.
Yeah, good to have you out, Paul, and thanks for being here to celebrate the reopening for Blazing Fury. You know, we've been working through some rehab since last October on the oldest roller coaster at Dollywood. You know, it came alive in 1978, so you can imagine after operating for 48 years, there's lots to do in terms of refresh. And I'm really excited about what we were able to hold on to the iconic storyline that everyone at Dollywood has fallen in love with, and stayed true to keeping that there and alive.
Yeah, I just got off the ride and it was amazing. I could tell a lot of the enhancements, everything's brighter and fresher. The sound was definitely much better. And I always love saying "fire in the hole" when we first take off.
So what'd you think of the end with the POV?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Kind of a new,
yeah,
that's kind of a new
and you
thing
had
that we put in.
everything retained. All the things that I always loved is still there, and then it's just enhanced.
The team was really passionate about making sure that we hang on to all the iconic pieces in there and just do an enhancement. And a lot of people have experienced Blazing Fury. You're probably one of them as their first roller coaster ever. And now to be able to make sure that 50 years from today it's still going strong, makes my heart happy.
It's exciting. Yeah, I'm older than Blazing Fury, but I remember coming here back when it was Silver Dollar City, and of course a transition to Dollywood in 1986. And so it's just been iconic. A feature of the park, and as everything else has grown around it, this has always been a staple.
And it's so neat, being able to celebrate the reopening on July 4th. It's such an iconic day, and it's nice for Chief Watson and his team and family to get a chance to ride the ride for the first time. It's a one easy way for us to say thank you for the partnership that they help us all the time, but also they help our community, and they stand on the perch and protect us in a very big way, and I appreciate them very much.
They're great. My brother was a fireman and for years, and I was really impressed to see the level of involvement with the Pigeon Forge Fire Department. I thought that was really a nice touch, especially here on the 4th of July.
We train together with the fire teams all year long. So we've got a really strong working relationship together, and they help us be more safe here too.
Oh, they're awesome. They're truly heroes around us.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, have a great day.
Yeah, pleasure.
This is Paul with Explore Tennessee. I have Tony Watson with us, Fire Chief for the City of Pigeon Forge. Tell me about your feelings about today on the grand opening of Blazing Fury.
It's exciting. I'm proud to be over here at Dollywood. I'm proud to have all my firefighters over here for an iconic ride that I used to ride as a child. Second generation firefighter, playing out on a playground, thinking about making the fire rescues, and then getting to come over here and do that. And then to go forward with that, seeing my kids, my son and my daughter, and then also my grandkids, and how they know this is what we do, and they enjoy that ride right there, and they ask questions. So it was great to have my firefighters, my second family, get involved to ride that ride. Those are memories that are awesome.
They are. I was here when it was Silver Dollar City back in 1978, and of course my brother's a fireman too, so I have a lot of feelings. I brought my kids on it too, so it's really touching. What does your team think about bringing their families here today? It seemed like it was really a nice touch and great thing that you guys did with Dollywood.
Well, as you can tell, there's always one shift working, so that was hard for them to be a part of that, but you've seen the numbers of the folks that were here, okay? So I think they took to it really well, and they love Dollywood. They love what Dollywood means to our community. We're always working hand in hand with them, so it's just an extension of that. So I think they were all excited, and hearing them talk as we were walking down the hallway after it was over with, I think they really enjoyed it.
I did too. I saw the looks on the kids' faces when they came off.
That's it right there. That
Yeah.
look, that conversation, that's what drives my heart.
It was awesome. And they still have fire in the hole when you
Yes.
go in. That's one of my favorite parts.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. What message do you have for folks this 4th of July weekend for being safe?
Well, leave the fireworks to the professionals. That's the best thing. You know, we have more injuries occur on July the 4th nationwide than we have any other time. You know, it also gets us into making sure we're staying hydrated and make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. All right. And I was watching the news this morning. You know, we have a lot of DUIs and alcohol-related accidents that occur, not really here in Pigeon Forge to say, but let's be safe, all right? Give those keys to somebody else. Be safe out there in our community, all right? And that just gets everybody because, again, you do not want to meet us on the worst day of your life, okay? We're there to serve you, but an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure is one of our first firefighters ever said, Benjamin Franklin, okay? And so we live that out every day.
Awesome. Well, Tony Watson, Fire Chief, City of Pigeon Forge, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, thanks.